So it's been a year now since I summited Katahdin, and I kind of wanted to cover some of the things that I've noticed different in myself when reflecting back upon the last year. So that way, if y'all are going on extended section hikes or planning to do a through hike, you might also notice some of these things in yourself and can be prepared for that. One of the first things I can tell you I noticed about myself post trail, and even while I was on the trail, like when I would go into towns and stuff, is sense of smell. Like my smell is much more sensitive now than it was before I started the trail, and that's actually kind of lasted. It's not quite as sensitive, but you know, if there's somebody that comes by with a lot of perfume and stuff like that, I'm like, oh, or like if I very rarely ever spray any on myself, I'm just like, ooh, you know, you can really pick up on it. And so probably because of that, I don't wear deodorant every day anymore. You know, I used to wear deodorant every day. I used to wear makeup every day, you know, to go to Walmart or whatever. And now it's like, why? It's such a waste of time and energy and effort. Now, don't mistake me. If I have a wedding to go to or something like that, I'll get all dolled up for it, you know, but just everyday stuff, no. And if I'm going to be like working somewhere where I'm not going to be around people a whole lot or anything like that, or I'm not going to be getting super gross, I just don't wear deodorant, you know, I just don't worry about it. Don't bathe every day. You know, I bathe off and stuff, but I don't wash my hair every day. I'm not disgusting and I don't smell terrible, but I'm just saying, you know, that's something that I noticed in myself before. It was like every day, you know, it had to be done, and that's something that has kind of gone away. But I'm much more comfortable with myself in general now. I'm comfortable, you know, with my appearance, with who I am, my perspective that has changed so drastically since the trail, and I'm just really happy with who I am. I've noticed that since completing the trail, I have a lot more patience. I'm more patient in general. However, it sounds kind of contradictory, but I have less tolerance for things in life that don't really matter anymore. So while I might be, you know, more patient and understanding, at the same time when I'm like, all right, this doesn't belong in my life, and you know, why am I putting myself through this? I have a lot less tolerance with those things. Now, once I got done with the trail, I just really had this I don't know, this wave of inspiration, you know, and I wanted to start my microgreens business, and I wanted to start writing the ebook to help other people get out on the trail, and to, you know, kind of put all of the research that I had to do in one spot for beginners like I was. But I just had this new passion for life. I came out of the gates, you know, just raring to go, and I got to start speaking to Boy Scout troops, and started writing for the local paper about outdoors things, talked to some of the schools, spoke to the kids about, you know, my adventure, and encouraging them to chase their dreams also. And then it was just like, you know, this big rush, this up, you know, and then what goes up must come down. So I think a lot of thru hikers experience this post-trail depression. It's like, I know that sounds crazy, but for most people, hiking the Appalachian Trail is like, you know, the most awesome thing they've ever done, the most adventurous, the most rewarding. And then you get back home and, you know, you're excited for a while and everything, but that starts kind of wearing off. And you realize, like, all the people around me, I mean, sure, they love me and they kind of want to hear about it, but they can't understand what the trail was like and what the experience was like, because they've never been out there, you know, they don't really care about it. It's like, all right, yeah, when you hiked to the Appalachian Trail, we know you did, you know, and they've just heard your stories and stuff. And most of the folks back home, you know, probably are still doing the exact same thing that they were doing when you left. And, you know, you've gone through this just huge transformation in your life, like mentally, physically, you know, emotionally. And then, you know, you come home and they expect you to be exactly the same, and you're not. You've just had this wonderful experience and this huge change, and your perspective has changed so much. So it's really hard for you to come back and be the same you, because you're not the same you. You're a new you, and you're more youer than you've ever been before. That sounds like Dr. Seuss, right? You're youer than you, or nobody's youer than you, or whatever. It's just this big up, and then kind of like a, you know, here I am back in the same old rut. Luckily for me, I had my microgreens business to focus on and writing the book to focus on, and so that's probably what I would recommend if you're going out for a long section on any long trail, and you know, potentially a through hike, then have some kind of project to come back to, whatever that is, you know, something that you can focus on and channel that energy towards, you know, because otherwise you're going to be like in the same boat you were before, and you were probably, you know, looking to change your life. So make sure that you've got something to come back to. Luckily for me also, you know, I had this channel still here, and I had all of you out there who are also outdoor enthusiasts and excited about hiking and things like that. So I had you know, kind of like a support group, y'all. And then being able to share my experiences and encouraging y'all to get out there and hike, whether sections or through hiking. So before I hiked the AT, you know, I had this in my mind that I would just, you know, hike the AT and get it out of my system, you know, and then I would go back to being a normal engineer and continue life, you know. And that's not really how it's worked out for me mentally. I have just this burning desire. It's like, I don't know, it's like eating a pepper, you know, and you eat the pepper and then like you wash it down with some water, and at first it feels fine, you know, it goes away, that burn from the pepper, and then slowly it starts coming back more and more and more and more and more until you just, you know, you have to take another sip of water. So I finally reached this crossroads where this summer I was like, I have to either really focus on this microgreens business and, you know, decide to stay here in my hometown and put lots of effort into it, or I can kind of let it die out, you know, with the season whenever the farmers markets end and stuff, and then start really focusing on doing the PCT. So as the summer came to a close, I decided I'm putting all of my eggs in the PCT basket, and so that's what I've been doing. I've been working pretty much any minute that the week will allow me to work at one of my several jobs. And I've been saving up for it, you know, and then luckily I have quite a few patrons. So I appreciate all of y'all's support on Patreon, and then the folks that have contributed through this channel, and then all of you just watching and you know, encouraging me, and then the folks who have purchased my ebook, and you know, so I've got all of this support to get out there on the PCT, and I plan to go out there and video just like I did on the AT. Hopefully actually get more footage this time because I'm gonna have more storage. Then, you know, when I come back, continue to do videos, informational videos, and then hopefully another ebook. Out on the trail, we had this thing that we would talk about, you know, it's like for a while you say that out in the real world or in real life, you know, when you're talking about your pre-trail life, and then like as you continue hiking, you're like, no, this is real life. Like, it doesn't get any more real than this, you know, and everything else out there is like the synthetic world, you know, like this is real life. So now that I'm back in the synthetic world, you know, I miss the trails so much. And you know, I walk around day to day in life, and you just see so many people in the world who don't have like light in their eyes. You know, they're like zombies. Everyone talks about, oh, someday the zombie apocalypse will come, you know, and it's like, no, we're already living in the zombie apocalypse. Look at all the folks around you that, you know, don't have like that passion for life and that love of life. And you know, when you get out on the trail, everybody, for the most part, that you meet does have that light and that passion. Like all of you out there who are watching this, because you care about getting out and camping and hiking and spending time outdoors and chasing your dreams. You know, you'll have the passion of life too. And so you probably know what I'm talking about. But yeah, out on the trail, everyone has this, you know, just love for life, and so I'm ready to get back out there and experience that again, and then, you know, bring that back and hopefully encourage others to get out there and do the same thing. So that's really my reflection on the past year since I finished my thru hike. And like I said, I'm just really grateful that I've had things to channel it into and focus on. For those of you who are going to do an extended section hike or thru hike, like I said, have something to come back to and focus on, because you're gonna have the insatiable desire to get out there just like me. And for me, it's like, not married, no kids, why not go hike the PCT again, and I can get back into the microgreens or, you know, something else when I get back, or, you know, go ahead and finish off that Triple Crown. We'll see, you never can tell. If you would like to help support me getting out on the PCT, there are several ways to do that. You can see that in the information listed below, and I hope that y'all found this helpful, kind of what to expect once you finish your thru hike, and we will see y'all next time. Okay, so I am here at Amicalola State Park, and there's this nice little compartment overhead, so that's the opening, where you can put like a headlamp